A tropical disease caused by trypanosoma is called sleeping sickness. Sleeping sickness. That's a disease caused by Trypanosoma brucei. Trypanosoma is the causative agent of sleeping sickness. Yeah. Remember, this parasite, Trypanosoma, is transmitted by tsetse flies. The solid part of the ecosystem is referred to as lithosphere. Lithosphere, the soil, the land, is the lithosphere. Yeah. The hydrosphere is made up of water, atmosphere, air. The biosphere is all those parts where you can see living organisms. In the lithosphere, the hydrosphere, the atmosphere, where you can see living organisms all together make up the biosphere. Which of the following is caused by Treponema pallidum? That is syphilis. Syphilis is a disease caused by Treponema pallidum. Yeah. Of course, remember, syphilis is sexually transmitted. Treponema pallidum is a bacterium. To which blood group do universal recipients belong? Of course, you know we have 4 different blood groups: A, B, AB, and O. And the universal recipients are the AB. They can receive from any of the other blood groups because AB don't have antibodies in their plasma. Remember, it is the antibody of the recipient that fights against the antigens in the red blood cell of the donor. That's how it works. It is the antibodies of the recipient that fights against the antigens in the red blood cell of the donor. So they don't have those with blood group AB don't have antibodies in their plasma, so they can't fight any of the other blood groups. That's why they are called universal recipients. They can receive from any of the other blood groups. The clumping together of red blood cells is called agglutination. It can occur if antibodies attack antigens. For instance, if somebody with blood group A donates blood to blood group B, of course, the 2 blood groups are not compatible. Blood group B has antibodies against blood group A, so it will clump the antibodies of blood group B, which is the recipient, will clump together the red blood cells of A. It is called agglutination. It can lead to instant death of the recipient. So 45 is A, agglutination. Physiological adaptation to very dry condition in animals demonstrates estivation. Animals go into a very quiet, very dormant, inactive stage to avoid very hot and dry conditions. It's called estivation. They are inactive in those periods, very inactive. It is called estivation because of the harsh weather condition, the hot weather, the dry weather conditions. If it is done during cold condition is called hibernation. But if it's in hot condition, it is estivation. But basically they are inactive, going to an inactive stage, just to avoid that harsh climatic condition. One of the adaptations of cactus opuntia to conserve water is the reduction of leaves to spine. You can see we have mentioned this before. The cactus has the leaves modified to spines. So instead of having leaves, it has spines. The plants lose most of their water through the leaves. So the fact that they don't have leaves, or that their leaves are modified to spines, helps them to reduce water loss. And when you look at them, you can see that the stem is fleshy, so they store water in their stem, and the stem is greenish as well, so they use the stem to carry out photosynthesis. Since they don't have leaves, they use the stem to carry out photosynthesis, because the stem has chloroplast, is greenish. Yeah. Which of the following structures is adapted for feeding in a bed of prey? Hooked beak and sharp claws. Hooked beak and sharp claws. You can see their hooked beak. Birds like the eagle, the hawk. You can see their curved beak for tearing prey. Okay, and then the sharp curved claws or talons for grasping prey. Okay. So correct option here is A. The special pigment for color change in chameleon is called chromatophore. So you see chameleon changing color because they have chromatophore. It can change from one color to another to camouflage in their environment. The behavioral adaptation in sultry insects could best be described as symbiosis. You see, these sultry insects like termites, like bees, they work together for the mutual benefit of each other. There is division of labor. You see, some are workers, some are soldiers. They help in their own various ways to keep their colony intact. So thank you for listening.